It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing when you let your nuts hang.
He implemented the dress code because she didn't want her to looking at women and da-da-da-da. That was him. It was his idea. It was his idea.
This is Creole Kisses with the latest in celebrity news updates. Today I will be reporting a local story concerning the turkey leg cut owners, Nakia and Lynn Price. They started their business back in 2016 when they would create monster turkey legs at the Houston Rodeo. And then a couple years later, they turned their side hustle into one of the most famous eateries, which has attracted many celebs, professional athletes, and a lot of long lines. As of recent, Nakia states she is splitting from her husband, Lynn, stating she has been suffering from abuse. She says she's been quiet for so long and can no longer hold back her silence. She's been fighting behind closed doors, pretending to the world that everything is perfect, but it's too much to bear. She goes on to state that she has suffered at the hands of her husband, allegedly. She explained the abuse, the manipulation, the lies, deceit, and gaslighting. And the world thinks he's a man that stands on business. She says, but y'all are sadly mistaken. After Nakia announced their breakup, her husband Lynn has spoken and states that she's being emotional. Check this out.
Really? Really? I'm a man with no emotions. I'm a man with no emotion. I'm a man with no emotion. Man, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. You better stop it. Stop it. Women and their emotions. Everybody know I ain't got no emotions. Everybody know I ain't got no emotions. I'm built like that. I ain't got no emotions. I ain't gonna lie. But I ain't fucked up on the hustling side. I can tell you that. A lot of niggas are fucked up on the hustling side. You can get emotions, but you can't get hustle. Understand that? I'm fucked up on the emotional side because I know how to hustle. Understand that? You can't make a nigga hustle.
It's sad to hear and see that it has come to this, because it's always inspirational to see a couple, a married couple, come together and build a business that is actually very successful, such as theirs. Wishing them the best in their future endeavors. This is your girl Creole Kisses, signing out.
Nakia Price, aka Slim's World on Instagram, then took to Instagram and said, I'm finally validating what the world already knew, long post alert. And this is what she said. That's what's explained in the video. I've been quiet for so long and I can no longer hold my silence. This war that I've been fighting behind closed doors, all the while pretending to the world that everything is perfect, is too much to bear. I am living in hell on earth. The abuse, the manipulation, the lies, the deceit, the gaslighting, and narcissism have become unbearable. The world thinks he's a man who stands on business, but y'all are sadly mistaken. The man that me and my children know is cruel, abusive, emotionally and mentally, and completely void of any emotion. That's where you say emotions really. From the time we wake up to the time we close our eyes each night, we are literally in a fight for our peace and sanity. I can admit that I've played my part in hindering and hiding behind his behavior, but today I finally choose me. I'll die behind this truth, and I'll lose everything to finally have peace. Lose everything. We'll get to that. I brought the light to his life while he came into mine and destroyed not only me but all who love me. I'm finally closing this chapter, but I know the battle is about to commence and I'm ready. We're gonna talk about the battle. I know after I win this war, I'll finally have my peace. There are so many more chapters to my story, but this one is officially closed. I'm gonna need all the support I can get, but I also know God has me. With love, Nakia Holmes.
Yesterday, we reported that Slim made a post on Instagram regarding some issues that she had with her husband, Lynn. Well, Lynn responded by saying, during this challenging time, please know that I truly care for and love my wife. I regret failing to meet her expectations, but today, I promise you to do better, to learn, and to make sure to not let this happen again. You are my partner who deserves to be treated with love and respect, and I failed you. We ask you all to lift us up in prayer as we make necessary adjustments to our norms. Hashtag it's a bigger picture. I love you, and I know I have work to do on my end. On behalf of my children, I ask members of the media and all patrons of the Turkey Leg Hut to continue to support the business that provides for my family and to continue to respect and consider responsible judgment during this difficult time. I hope that they are able to reconcile their differences no matter the outcome.
The co-owner of the scandal-ridden Turkey Leg Hut is looking like the bad guy.
At least that's what a judge decided when ordering Lynn Price and the Turkey Leg Hut to pay $900,000 in damages. This comes at the end of a lawsuit filed more than a year ago by his former business partner, Steve Rogers. Rogers claimed that the restaurant's other co-owners defaulted on an agreement that involved paying him $1.5 million worth of shares. They only paid $600,000 of that before the payment stopped. Now that judge is ordering that Rogers be paid the $900,000 worth in damage.
Coincidence or nah? So the Turkey Leg Hut has been set on fire. Well, the office attached to the Turkey Leg Hut has been set on fire. It's actually the wife, Slim, who owns it. The husband and wife are in the middle of a divorce. Part of her claims are not only abuse by him, but that he mismanaged the funds of the Turkey Leg Hut. Well, where's all the paperwork kept that would support that? Likely in this office. In the office that you see here has been set on fire. What makes it wilder is this isn't the first time that the husband has been associated with arson. In fact, in 2005, he was found guilty of setting his second wife's house on fire. That's right, for arson. But in addition to setting his second wife's house on fire, he was embroiled in litigation with a man named Steve Rogers. Steve Rogers claimed that he helped co-found the Turkey Leg Hut, and pursuant to a contract that they had all signed, he was entitled to revenues of over $1 million that had been unpaid from the Turkey Leg Hut. In the middle of this litigation, Steve opened up a bar across the street from the Turkey Leg Hut, Bar 5015. In the middle of the night, it was set on fire. Now, they've never confirmed who did this, but there's video footage. Check it out. Let me know, do you think it's a coincidence that not once, not twice, but this is the third time that the owner of the Turkey Leg Hut's husband...
What to do, everyday people, man? It's your boy PJ. Today we back with another lit video. We back in the confessional. Yes, we staying lit, big dog, man. Shout out to my everyday people who rock with me every day. Shout out to my homeboy Lucky Bosom Gives keeps it lit. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe to this video. Hit the links down below in the description. Choose your product of your liking, man. Use the discount code everydaypj at checkout. Now, let's get into it. We got the Turkey Leg Hut, man. Yes, y'all seen everything from the beginning that's leading up to this point right here, where Turkey Leg Hut put on the Instagram post. Turkey Leg Hut repositions itself for long-term growth. Houston, Texas, March 26, 2024. Turkey Leg Hut, the company, a staple of Houston food scene and nationally known for its famous cuisine, today announces that it has taken the steps to reposition and strengthen the company as it continues serving the community. The company has initiated a voluntary court-supervised Chapter 11 process that would allow it necessary flexibility to continue ongoing discussions with all financial stakeholders. In connection with the filing, the company has sought approval to continue its operations while meeting its obligations to all stakeholders, employees, suppliers, and vendors. Turkey Leg Hut remains committed to its purpose, serving the Houston community and beyond. As we go through this process, we ask for continued support. We are determined to achieve a positive outcome. We thank our loyal customers, employees, and the greater Houston community for their support. The story of Turkey Leg Hut is not yet written. Our goal is to make you proud, Nakia Holmes owner. So this was a release by Nakia Holmes, and they're basically repositioning the company so they can, you know, continue to serve while doing a court supervised Chapter 11. Now, if you don't know what a Chapter 11 is, this, you know, bankruptcy has different chapters. There's Chapter 13, which your favorite YouTuber Charlene filed because, you know, she had to get her Hellcat back, okay? But that was all she had in her possession, so I don't know why she filed Chapter anything. You should have just took the repo and went on about your life. But in any sense, Chapter 11 is most restructuring need for a contingency plan when a business faces increasing risk and challenges to continue trading. This chapter, Bankruptcy Code, generally provides reorganization, usually involving a corporation or partnership. A Chapter 11 debtor usually proposes a plan of reorganization to keep his business alive and pay creditors over time. Okay, so all the debts you see, a lawsuit was just filed. The lawsuit was filed in February 2023. In March, it was finally resolved, and that's where the $900,000 judgment came from. So that's why now is in need for Chapter 11. I seen this coming. I knew once one of the lawsuits went through that they were gonna have to. That's the lawsuit from the person that is leaving the company, and he was initially paid $600,000. So the remaining $900,000 is to be paid to the owner of bar 5150 or 5015. Or 5015, I don't know. But if you watch Machiavelli on TikTok, she explains how the whole beef between 5015 and the Turkey Leg Hut has been ongoing for so many times. And everybody's happy that the Turkey Leg Hut is filing bankruptcy, but they're not going anywhere. I think, with the restructuring, they'll be able to build faith back up in the community and to his patrons and to the employees of the Turkey Leg Hut. Okay, so again, this is something that's been ongoing, of course, amidst the crazy divorce that we've been hearing about, the fire that just happened where people are expecting there may be some some foul play there. But again, these things will all maybe eventually come to light. And so we just gonna keep Nakia Holmes in our prayers, man. Make sure and even Lynn, make sure he get his prayers in, because he must be going through a troubling time himself, losing his family, losing his wife, losing his business. And speaking of losing his business, oh no, he is losing his truck. Okay, that is the turkey leg truck being repossessed. Okay, I'm guessing this comes in the midst of the court filings for the bankruptcy. So some things have to be repositioned. Items may have to be sold off. Baby touching everything, but yeah, items have to be sold off. It's just a trying time for them. So you don't never want to see a person's business fall, especially as a business owner, even if you don't like them. You know what I mean? Because there's a person that I did a review on last week, and I don't really like them, but I don't wish their business to fail. Like, that's their livelihood, that's their family's income. So you don't ever want to wish that on nobody. Like, you always want somebody to be able to provide for their family, and if that's your means of providing for your family, you want that to keep going. But life happens, so hopefully they can come back from all this. Everyday people, man, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to holler at you. Peace. Wait for the end for the baby. She's on the end. I know y'all love checking that out. Peace.